everyone. Hello, hello, hello. How is
Hey everyone.
everyone? We are just ourselves tonight. Josh is coming on. Up here he is, the man
Hey.
himself. Hey, it's
Hello.
Josh.
Hey
How are you
Josh.
doing, Miller?
All right. How about
Um,
you?
good. I am good. There's two people in the chat. Can someone say hello, please? Thank you. Um, and then I'll sing Wayne a happy birthday, a happy special birthday for the big guy. Um,
Old man Wayne. That's his new name.
oh, he's 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 old man River, I think. He'll kill me for saying that. Hiya Noreen,
Hi
hey
Noreen.
Laura.
Hi Laura.
So for young Wayne, here goes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
Birthday
you.
to
Happy
you.
birthday,
Happy
dear
birthday, you
Wayne.
old shit. Happy birthday to you.
See? Yay! He's not even here to see it, bastard.
He'll
He
watch it
says,
back, I'm sure.
well,
He'll
do you know
catch it
what?
eventually.
Yeah. Do you know, we were having a laugh because I said about obviously, because he always says he has this time off. And I says to him, I said, oh, here comes Lynn. We've got the
Hi
cavalry
Ben.
tonight. Hello.
Hi.
So obviously Wayne doesn't do his birthday, so I said to him, I'll sing to you. He says, oh, come on and say hello. I says, well, you better do it for the bathroom so you don't get battered. But Lynn, this is Josh. Josh, this is Lynn.
Hi,
Josh
Josh.
helped out in the...
I know,
I've
Josh.
seen you. I've seen you around.
Yeah.
Hiya, Nigel. Josh is from the Dark Mirror show. He's with the other two men.
I'm the American from the Dark Mirror show. Got to say it right.
Okay, you're the American for the Dark Mirror show. Sorry guys, I'm just sharing out here. Sorry.
Oh.
So sorry about that interference. So tonight, guys. Hey Kate, we are
Hey
talking
Jay.
superstitions. I love a good superstition. Usually the one that.
Can you say it?
But excuse me, it's not my fault. I can't pronounce some words. The one that always sticks out to me is when you're in the street and you find a penny, and they say, "Find a penny, pick it up," and I'll give. Is it find a penny? Aye, and all day you'll have good luck. I fucking wish I should put on the lottery winning, but I never
Well,
ever win.
you missed part of it. That's why. It's fine if it's heads up. It's good luck.
Yeah. Well, I seen a penny today, and I thought I'm not picking it up in case somebody thinks I'm a scav.
Oh wow, wow, wow. So before we actually get into superstitions, Josh, you want to tell people who you are and where you've came from?
Oh, our power just went out.
You know what? I've just been told we're having blackouts all around different parts of the country tonight, apparently.
Oh really?
Why don't you guys just continue, and we'll do that at another part. I'm just gonna go flip the breaker in my house.
No, that's fine. Well, we'll go back to superstitions then. Hey, Nicola. Hey, Noreen. Noreen says, pass it
Power
on
went
to a
out.
friend and your luck will never end. Do you know my gran used to say that to me? Like, if she'd found a penny in the street, she'd say, pass it on to someone. I actually love I'm fascinated with superstitions, especially when people especially when people don't walk under ladders, when you're walking on the pavement and you've got the things, I can't remember the name of them.
The
But,
3 times in a row that you can't step on the third one, or you've got to spit and say something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cracks in the
See,
pavement.
and people actually believe in this. Like Friday the 13th, everybody gets
Yay,
dead
he's
all about it. It's about, oh, I'm going to have bad luck. If black cats pass your path,
I love
that's
that.
considered bad. Well, it's crazy. Kate says you couldn't have timed that any better. Tell me about it. Josh did that on purpose, so he didn't need to be here.
Absolutely.
So what's your guys' thoughts and superstitions?
I'm quite fascinated by like the origins of superstitions, because a lot of what I've found in things that I've looked at, when you've looked back into them, they have sort of it's how can I put this very delicately? A lot of the superstitions that we know of, or that I know of in particular, they come from Christians about pagans. So like the black cats, the Friday the 13th, the don't pick up a broom, the all of that kind of stuff. It's sort of, it was almost like they were created by Christians about pagans, and I find that quite interesting, that you've got to make up stuff to just not like us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I think a lot like
Oh.
that. There's something there, isn't there? It's like a control thing. So if you're not going to do our religion, and if you do that, that'll happen. It's like a control in a way.
Oh.
And I am superstitious about certain things, and I don't even know why. But you know, like I won't walk under a ladder. Yeah, I can just walk along a pavement and not realise it's there, then I'll just stop. And I get this fear. Most probably as soon as I fall on my head or something, you know, but I go around. Definitely go around, yeah. It's quite scary.
So,
It's this inner feeling of, oh my God, if I do that, you know, what's going to happen? It's bad luck. I mean, I don't even know where that's come from in my head, but it's something I've always had. So
you know?
I know when we were little, you know, my mum said you can't step on the cracks. You know, you'll have bad luck. So even nowadays, I'll walk on the pavement, not think about it. But if I look down, I'm holding my breath, right? I hold my breath and get off there as soon as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, see the one superstition that I'm I'm a firm believer in, and I don't know if it's psychological or if I actually believe in it. Bad luck comes in threes.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It does. It's a rule of 3, isn't it?
I don't know why, but that's the only superstition I can honestly say that I'm very, very, like, I really do. See, if something happens, I'm waiting for 2 other things to happen, because they say bad luck comes in threes. So it's kind of like, if one thing happens but nothing else happens in the day, that it makes my skin crawl, and it sounds stupid. There he is. I need to sing again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Winnie.
Happy
Happy birthday
to you. Yay. So you've heard it now. Josh, we've not really heard from you, so what superstition do you
I just want to throw it
you?
out there. Today is the start of the Lion Gate, so which has a lot to do with manifestation, and I think superstition has a lot to do with manifestation and the thought people put into it. I think a lot of that affects everything in our universe, and we're now just starting to see that there really is a ripple effect.
Well,
Oh,
put it
And I mean,
definitely.
I've just had 3 of my family die. The first one went, and then within 6 weeks, all cousins, they've just gone, and within 6 weeks, there was 3 of them. So do you know you're waiting who's going to be the next one? It sounds awful, that doesn't it?
Yeah.
But you're just wondering who the next one's going to be. Sorry for that, Josh. I had to get that in.
that's all right. The other one I was going to talk about is walking under ladders. I know a great deal of that has to do with the trade industry
Uh-huh.
not really having safety protection until like the mid 60s. A lot of the times guys would fall, they would die. And that's where that would come from. You know, you don't want to walk under that ladder, man. You might fall today.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I'm going to quickly go into the comments because they're building. Kate says you couldn't have timed that any better. Fun fact, in Italy, Friday the 17th is unlucky, where it's Friday the 13th in the UK and the US. Nori's saying, isn't there one about not doing laundry on the Sunday? I'm not too sure there. Kate says, Japan has to be the most superstitious country I've ever been to. Fascinating tales there. And you really need to get Amanda and Irene on, Kate, because it'll really be interesting. Noreen believes in the rule of 3 for good and bad luck. Well, send me some good luck, Noreen. Hey, Emma. Kate says, I've heard about not doing laundry on January the 1st as you wash away all the luck for the new year. Whereas in Japan, people have told me they deep clean as it's custom for the start of new year. Noreen's wishing happy birthday to Wayne. Kate's wishing, hey, handsome, it's our Tim. You done a good show tonight. Emma says, always comes in threes. I have done a washing on New Year's Day and never will. Wayne says, I've always been intrigued by the black cat superstition as depending on belief they can be good or bad. See, I'm the very same because a lot of people, you hear a lot of people saying it is good luck for black cats and then you'll hear no, it's really, really bad luck. I think it just comes as down to your beliefs. I mean, many witches class it as good luck, whilst the normal Joe Blogs class it as bad luck. So it's quite mental. Scott said, "Oh, baldy bastards here." Scott says, "Evening, can't come in and come in with an insult. Evening peeps was washing hedges at years why I'm late. You talk a load of shite. Then the magpie one, aye, the magpie one's a good one. Hey Jacqueline, hey Lovey,
Hey.
but Josh, before your electricity went boom, do you want to tell everybody? I'll say it again, but I'll make sure your electricity, please stay on. Josh, do you want to tell everybody who you are and where you've came from?
Hi, everybody. My name is Josh Myota. I am the host of Lost in the Rabbit Hole. Ufologist. I've dug into the cryptid conspiracies, kind of dabbled in pretty much all the paranormal and strange. From northeastern Wisconsin, right outside of Green Bay. And yeah.
Awesome. It's great to have you here, Josh. It's absolutely great to have you here. Just pity young Wayne isn't here, but he's celebrating his birthday. Jacqueline says, happy birthday to Wayne. Kate says, no U-shoes on the table. That was a big one in our family. Symbols, death. My mum would scream at me if I attempted to put U-shoes on the table. Funny enough, my gran used to shout at me for that one as well. Lois had a great show with Nick the other night, by the way. He still doesn't like you. Noreen says, umbrellas up in the house is bad lucks. And a regular on the Dark Mirror show talking about Josh. See, the other one that gets me too is...
Wow.
Okay, that was short-lived. Right, because the magpie thing has come up in the comments, obviously. But I know one thing to do with magpies, and somebody else I know has another thing. So when you see like one or more magpies, you tend to just like salute, right?
Yeah.
So normally, if there's like one magpie or if there's 7 magpies or whatever, I will normally salute and say, "Morning, Mr. Vicar. How's your lady wife?"
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
somebody I know will literally salute for every single magpie that's there. So if there's 7 magpies, she's giving herself concussion like this. Then she says, "Good morning, Mr. Magpie Yellow Canary. How's your wife?" For every single one. So, like, if there's 7 magpies, she's just going off on one for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What do you guys do when you see like magpies? What do you do?
I do.
Yeah.
What I do, if I see magpies, if there's 2, I don't salute because it's 2 for love, 1 for soul, 2 for joy. But if I see one on its own, I'll go, "Morning, Mr. Magpie. How's your wife?" Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
People must think I'm
So,
around the streets like this.
guys, I've got to be fair. When I see magpies, I'm the very same. I just love magpies. So I'm the very same. I salute them. I say, "Good morning, Mr. Magpie." But again, this is all things that my grand's taught me. So that's how really I get into superstitions, was really my gran. I didn't realise, to be fair, to years down the line, that there were superstitions. And then when I read up about superstitions, it's actually quite really interesting. And as well, I like to watch people believe, like people's take on superstitions and what they think and that. So I was quite glad that I was in for this show tonight, because I thought to myself, you're giving the team a subject and you're not even going to be there. And it's the one that I really, really like. Sorry guys, I'm going to... Kate's saying, "Oh my God, what's happening tonight? Wayne's off walking." Bye, Wayne. Kate ain't nobody got time for that. Definitely, love. Nobody says, "I don't know why I always say good morning, Mr. Magpie 3 times when I seen it at Magpie. Don't know why." Hey, Robert. Hey, Charles. Listen, Maureen, I say good morning to Mr. Magpies all the time. And even if there's just one, or even if they're 2, I always talk to them, always. And I do try and get pictures of magpies, because many people have spirit animals, right? And I'm thinking magpies must be mine, because anywhere I go, there's always a magpie. There is always a magpie. And when my sister was in hospital and we didn't think she was going to make it because she had sepsis, there used to be a magpie. I used to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, and there used to be a magpie that used to sit at my doorstep. I used to think it was in my head until it happened every morning. Every morning. I don't know if it was the same magpie or different magpie. It wasn't really caring, but I got comfort from seeing magpies. And as I said, anywhere I go, I'll always get a magpie. So I'm thinking to myself, me and this magpie we'll get a friendship here. What do you think about when the seagulls shitting you? Like if a bird shits in you?
Crap on you.
Well, apparently it's supposed to be good luck. What?
They're just not with the seagull. They aim, don't they? They laugh at you in the sky, first of all, don't they? They gather round and they start laughing at you. And then if you go out, they try and target you. That's seagulls. But they reckon, I think the only reason why it's good luck is because the bird's got a good shot, really, isn't it?
Do you know, I know many people that are firm believers in men. And do you know what was even crazier? I used to work with a lady and a bird shat in her, literally shat in her. And the next thing you know, she went and got a scratch card and she won £100. See, after that, she was a firm believer that if birds shit in you, they give you good luck. And it's like, well, I better have 1,000 birds shit in me so I can get some good luck. You know, it's like, wow. I mean, Josh, I'm going to take it from an American point of view. what's your superstitions over in America? What do you guys? Do you have any superstitions that we wouldn't know about?
I honestly think it's all pretty much the same wherever you go. There's the ladder, there's the black cat. Stepping in
Yeah.
horse shit is really good luck. Getting shit on by a seagull. Same thing here.
Oh, hello, Craig. Craig is saying lots of people always
Yeah, knock
actually touch
on.
wood when they.
We have knock on wood and the salt over the shoulder.
Yeah,
Good luck.
I do you know what? I am notorious for the touch wood. See if I say something, right? Like, if I'm having a conversation and I'm saying something and then people go, oh, don't jinx it, I say, oh, touch wood, touch hairy wood. And I think hairy wood's the best wood rather than not wood. That's something that I was always taught, touch hairy wood. So, it's a good one. It really is a good one. Kate says, rain on your wedding day is good luck. I think just to make you feel better about it. No, rain on your wedding day means you run, Kate. You run. You don't get in church. You don't get married. You go, vroom. Kate says, like, oh, this is supposed to be a serious show, but oh well. Oh hell. Kate says, lilac is oh, I love lilac. Lilac is an unlucky colour to wear in northern Italy. Soon found out when people gasped at me wearing it. Why is it unlucky, Kate? Kate says, racing car green, unlucky colour in Britain. How many times have you seen a dark green car in the UK? It is actually very rare. The first car racing competition in England, green car crashed. Noreen says, my great aunts won't allow you in the house if you're wearing green. That's crazy. Kate says, in Italy, it's knock on steel and iron. Oh wow, I didn't know that one. Cheryl says, I have owls. That's when I moved about 1 mile away and they followed me.
That's good.
I love owls today.
Yeah.
So guys, what other superstitions can you think about?
Well, going on to this rain on your wedding day, like you said, they think it's good. Kate thinks it's good luck. Now, we've always been told, and it sounds a bit morbid, but if it rains on your funeral, the deceased person is happy because the spirit's gone up, and that's what they say. If it rains on your funeral day, they're happy. They've done a good job and they've gone.
I've not heard that one.
Yeah.
I've not heard that one.
If you heard that.
I got one that's Native American here is if you hear it all 3 times, you're probably going to pass away.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that one, George. It's quite an interesting one.
Yeah.
I wear earplugs all the time.
I'd be like, I'm putting earplugs. Do you know what? I know this is going to be a bit off topic, but when you think of superstitions, I don't know why, but I always think of Final Destination. And do you know I will never, ever in my life go for a sunbed because of Final Destination. See, when I seen that scene, I was like, no. Hell no.
Yeah, scary. Yeah, it is.
It's crazy. It's absolute crazy. Kate says it's because they use lilac in a lot of funerals. I didn't even know that.
It
like the lilac flower.
That's literally it. Like, because it's in a lot of hot Mediterranean countries. Like you get lilac bushes and lilac trees growing, and yeah, they've got a very, very strong scent. So because they didn't have places to store bodies, they used to cover the smell up with lilacs because they're very, very, very strong smelling flowers, possibly.
That's interesting. Interesting.
It really, really is. The one that I always think about is a Scottish one, and it's about heather, the flower heather. It's supposed to be really lucky, purple heather. on the hillside.
She palms with
White
heather.
heather. Sorry, guys, 2 seconds.
I've heard the heather one because my nan, bless her, she was from Edinburgh, but obviously she lived down here with us. So yeah, we grew up with a lot of the sort of the Scottish superstitions and stuff, and my nan always had heather growing by the front door, always, and she had
Yeah.
different coloured heather. And
I
even now, I've got a little plant outside my conservatory door where I've got heather. And I nicked it from another garden and just replanted it. But it's starting to go, and it's right by my door. And every time I go out, I stroke the heather, and every time I come in, I stroke the heather.
Isn't that interesting? You used to get gypsies coming round selling lucky heather.
Cross your palms with silver, and they give you a sprig of heather. Yeah.
And if you did you'd have bad luck.
I saw them in Skegness doing the same thing the other day. No, I literally did. They sat on benches.
Well, here's another one for you. And everybody knows recently I've been posting a lot about Halloween. Right? I just love Halloween. Well, talking about Halloween, right? It's been said that Scotland, in fact, invented the tradition of Halloween and the superstitions and the traditions around it. The celebrations we know today derive from it, like the old Celtic pagan festival, dressing up. But the tradition is ducking for apples. Like when they put apples in the water and you're sticking
bobbing for apples,
sticking your face in the water trying to get to the apples. Now, one has done this. Let me tell you, see when your hands are behind your back and you're trying to duck for apples, believe me, it is not as easy as what people think. And see, because obviously I get like fear of deep water. It makes it a wee bit harder for me because I just go. I like to think I can only tip the water, like literally touch the water and grab an apple that way. But
scary, isn't it? Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Josh, just tell us to shut up. Just say, look, I want to talk.
That's all fine. One we have is some people, right after New Year's Eve, we put coins above our doors for the entire year and then switch them out each New Year's. So it's supposed to bring you good luck.
Oh, wow.
See, we have strange men New Year's Eve, right? And what we do, we have a dark-haired strange man. We invite him into the house, we give him a drink, and then we let them go out the back door. That's good luck for the rest of the year. But I just don't know any dark-haired strange men.
Well, there you go.
How based if you do that in the US? Come home the next day, your TV's gone.
Noreen says, red elephants. There's no red elephants. Red envelopes in China for good luck. I don't know what's happening with Lottie Night. Scott keeps popping in and out, trying to shave my legs, but can't hold the phone at the same time. He's a pain in the ass. Charles says, where is a little truth in all those beliefs? This is very true. Breaking the mirror, 7 damn years of bad luck. It's a terrible. Do you know, I did that once in my auntie's and I thought she was going to kill me. And she literally grabbed all the She literally grabbed all the broken glass and literally buried it. And I was like, what the hell? But apparently that's what you're meant to do. Kate says, Scott, Matthew, you sure it's your legs? I don't want to know what he's shaving. Nori says, I broke one in my wedding day. I've heard one about putting gold coins by the front door for good luck. Scott says, I broke many in my time, usually by sitting on them. Well, that's what, Scott, that's what happens when you have a fat arse. Do you know, I was looking at today, right, at Superstitions when when I had peace today. And there's one that I found that was quite interesting, and it's actually an Asian one. And it's avoid a photo of three. If you ask a passerby to take a picture of you and two companions while in Southeast Asia, don't be surprised if they give the person in the middle a bit of a funny look. The rule of three turns up in many cultures around the world in relation to luck, and in Asia it appears as a morbid belief that the middle person of three will die first. To avoid any awkwardness, either take pictures in pairs or hail yourself another random passerby to make up four. As mentioned above, though, four is an unlucky number two. Maybe just stick to solo selfies. But it's crazy. It is crazy. But it's been a good show so far. We've had hilarity. Usually this is the very serious show. We don't have laughter in our show.
What do you guys think about itchy palms?
They're a pain in the ass.
Well, yeah, you've got to use your teeth to get to them. But is it if you've got an itchy left hand, it's money coming in, and an itchy right hand is money going out? Or is it the other way around? I can't think what it is.
Right for receive, left for relieve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's like itchy ears. So
somebody's talking about
ears itching, or burning. Somebody's talking about I normally spit on it and go and I hope they wee themselves, you know.
Right, so if that ever happens, I know it's you.
do you know something? See, I get an itchy ear a lot, so somebody must be talking about me something chronic.
Well,
it's like, get spoke about it. But no, it's I hate the itchy palm one, because I think to myself, it's always the hand that the money is going out and never coming in.
Yeah.
Mine's always my left, so I'm just destined to be paying bills for the rest of my life, I reckon.
Listen, see if I win the lottery, I'll see you alright, I'll see Lynn alright, I'll see Josh alright. I'll even go as far as seeing Wayne alright. I'm going to look after Wayne. He's 50 now, so you've got to look after the old man.
Best care home when he can book, yeah?
You'll fucking kill him in the morning. Yes, but poor man, look at this. This show's coming into hilarity tonight. I thought Kate said there, I think Scott is shoving something else. I think Scott's shoving something else while sitting on mirrors. I do not want to know. That's not a sight that nobody needs to know. Noreen's like, oh, don't ask. Kate says, isn't 8 extremely lucky in East Asia, especially China? Infinity of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's the infinity symbol, isn't it?
Noreen says, itchy palms right to receive to left. Tim says, hey, loving the show, guys, what a brilliant subject. And Lynn, your smiley face brightens my day. Oh, there could be love. Love. Tim, I'm very hurt because where's my smiley face? But I'm no Lynn. Actually, Tim's coming on in the show on.
That's the one.
Yeah.
An American spitting. Oh my God! Please tell me, Josh, that you don't spit in your hand when you're making.
Somebody spits in their hand before they shake my hand. I'm gonna smack them.
Yeah.
I know. What are you doing?
Is this like? Do you know? Funny enough, see when you watch the old films and they're making the deal and they do that spitting and then they no.
You call it dirty bastard if you do that here.
Yeah, it's that kind of way where I'm just like, what the hell? I'm just like, no, just no. Even, right, I found another good one. In Asia, laying your chopsticks flat. Getting to grips with a pair of chopsticks could be a learning curve for anyone who usually uses a knife and fork, but however frustrated you get, always be sure to lay your chopsticks flat when not using them. Though a bowl of rice might seem like a convenient place to stick your eating in, sorry, I'm laughing. This is not only bad manners, but very bad luck. So when origin a pair of chopsticks resembles it's a traditional funeral rite where food is offered to the dead. For similar reasons, you shouldn't lay them crossed over either. So when you're getting chopsticks, always remember to lay them flat. I've worked with chopsticks because I used to look after a unit. It was full of Chinese people. I loved it. They were brilliant. Here's a question for you, Josh. What does Josh think about the 2 kisses in Italy, 3 in France?
What?
That's when somebody comes up to you and goes, mwah, mwah.
Mwah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's traditional.
It's like, if I met you for the first time, Josh, I would be shy.
I actually worked in an Italian company, like Italian owned company here in America for a while, and like I've never seen anybody actually do that. I feel like this is like a Scarface, like Godfather sort of thing. Like, none of my friends were kissing each other on the cheeks, and they're like, from Italy.
Yeah, it's like me walking up to, I don't know, Belle and Gina.
Steady.
Steady. But it's like that. If somebody did it to me, I'm alright with people that I know. If a stranger came up and did it to me, I'd feel mighty awkward. I'd be
Isn't
like,
that the kiss of death?
Yeah, I'd have to tell him to get off.
Isn't that what they did in The Godfather with all the guys that they assassinated?
Yeah, it kind of puts me in the mind of Borat, when Borat was trying to kiss everybody in America, and they're like, "Whoa, get off me!" Kate says, "Oh no, it's 1,000% Italian. Everybody does it. It's not usual for men to do it to men, though, unless it's the south of Italy."
Okay.
But oh god, no. I definitely, if somebody came up and did it to me that I didn't know, I'd be like, no.
Tic Tac.
Do you know the good thing is, I just tell them, I just say, I'm not ready for that sort of relationship. Please,
Right.
leave me.
For dinner first. Take me out for dinner.
I would be like, I'm an asthmatic. But I hope you come back, Josh, on the show.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
Definitely. Kate says it's awkward for us, but you get used to it. It's one of those ones. The other one is the use of witches bottles. I'm going to bring that up. Should you need a counter spell for a witch's magic, your best option is what's known as a witch's bottle. These were horrible home brews that you would fill with nails, hair, and even urine. When heated, this grime solution, as it simmered and brewed, would inflict immense pain on the witch, afflicting you, as well as presuming the people around you. Any person looking to offset a witch's ways must undertake this ritual in silence. You would use a small fire as your only light source and must block all the doors and windows to prevent a witch from breaking in and stopping the procedure. I never heard about the witch's bottle. I don't fancy the urine, the nails, the hair and the urine. No, thank you.
it's still used now in witchcraft. So if you want to, not necessarily so much as like a counter curse type of thing, but if you want to do harm to somebody, if you want to like set their backside on fire or something, if you want to do something negative towards them, you do tend to use like they're like globes, like just with the spout on them. They're traditionally round, so that things couldn't hide in the corners of them because it was meant to trap the energy and the entity of the witch, or the person that you're looking to sort of put a hex on. But it's still very much used in witchcraft today. I've got friends that have done these bottles, and yeah, they will go out, they will get glass, they will get nails, they will get graveyard dirt, they will pick up animal feces, they will put all sorts in there. Chili pepper, go to your local supermarket, get a pot of chili pepper, that can go into your home brew for your hex.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
me.
they're very much
Kate,
used now still.
Wow.
Kate has a question for Josh, the UFologist. My dad is one. Have you read The Chariots of the Gods?
I actually have. It's a classic. You have to.
What got you into UFOs, Josh? Was it an experience or was it just an interest?
Long family experience.
Oh, wow.
Generation, yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's one subject that I find really, really interesting is ufology. And at first I wasn't really keen on that side, but then I started watching things and I started listening, and I actually thought, do you know what? I find this actually pretty interesting. The one subject that I'm not keen on, and a lot of people know this, is cryptids. I just can't get into cryptids. But see if it's ufology, then I will. The thing that fascinates me the most, it's not even about the aliens that fascinates me. It's the missing time, how people miss time and they don't even know how it's happened. That's the bit that fascinates me the most because there was a gentleman who was in the Navy or the Marines and he had been told to meet his, I don't know, somebody to pick him up to take him back to the base. And he's supposed to be there for, I think it was about, say, 8:50, right? And then he was there, but then apparently he wasn't, and he was missing time. And it wasn't until we went to the airport and he went in, and there was a book, and I think it was by, I want to say Bob Lazar, but I might be wrong. Anyway,
I
and
love Bob Lazar.
he read the book, and he's like, "Oh wow, this is my experiences. This is what I've experienced." And he got in contact with Bob, and basically what they worked through. But that guy got some hard time, really a hard time. After his higher ups, because they were like, "Where are you? You know the time you were meant to be there." I was there, I can assure you. No, you weren't. We sent someone, and then they had to come back. You weren't there, and they didn't even believe him. And he even took a polygraph test to prove he was actually there. He wasn't making this up. And it's terrible. Kate's also asking you, Josh, what's your thoughts on philosophy, the chariots of the god?
The philosophy. I honestly, we covered this a lot in Dark Mirror. I think a lot of the ancient mythology is tied in with ufology. Look at Hermes. There's so many recurring characters through mythology that are the same being. They have the same pantheon, the same things going on, but they're predicted differently in a different time period. But they basically have the same powers.
Nori says, not a well-known one. If you're born on the 29th of February, you're supposed to experience unusual events, throughout your life. Blowing candles out on your birthday cake to make a wish. I'll tell you another one is when you know when you're eating chicken and you come to the wishbone,
Oh
and
yeah.
obviously
yeah.
the two yous break it, and whoever gets the bigger bit makes the wish. Now do you know what, I had a flash out there when Noreen was talking about the birthday cake. I don't know why I had a flash then, but I had a flashback to in the 90s when I lived with my gran and papa, and my gran, we had a chicken, and she was stripping the chicken, and it came to the wishbone, and she says to me, "Tonight, go out and make a wish." And do you know what? I can't even remember to this day what I wished for. But yeah, it's just bizarre. Just when obviously talking about birthday cake, cross your fingers for luck. I
Yeah.
do it all the time. I'm
Yeah.
like, cross your fingers. Hiya, it's NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. Welcome to the show. Hi.
Hey,
But yeah, the old cross your fingers for good luck. Um,
I got one. Back in the day when we all used to be smokers, like back in high school era, we all used to flip one cigarette upside down, and that'd be the lucky, and it'd be towards the back, and it'd be like your last cigarette. We all did
do
that, but we never had an explanation why.
do you know what? I'm awfully glad that you brought that up because see, my sister does that, and I've never understood the concept to why she does it. I thought it was a OCD thing. Where I didn't actually realise it was actually a superstition.
Yeah, everybody does. Everybody used to do that.
My parents used to do it, yeah, with like obviously packet cigarettes and stuff, and I think it's just one of those things that everybody does and nobody actually knows why.
I
Yeah.
have a feeling it's something that started in Vietnam. That's just mine because everybody was getting free cigarettes back then, and you got so many a
Oh.
week. You know, so maybe that has something to do with it.
I'm going to Google it. Whilst we're talking about it, I'm going to Google it. So,
Well, here's another one that I found actually quite interesting, and that is chain letters. When people believe in chain letters, like if you
Yeah.
Oh,
uh,
Yeah.
to like add more people and you get rich quick, the pyramid schemes, that type of thing, and it was
TikTok,
just
you got to do this and this and this, otherwise your day is gonna go bad. And but you
Yeah.
have to like,
uh,
follow, and subscribe always.
oh, do you know what? It's the people that actually do it I really feel sorry for,
Yeah.
because there's some people out there, right? On a serious note, there is some people out there that take superstitions to the extremes, so they will get scared. And I, as much as I love superstitions, I I put it down to power of suggestion. If
mm,
you believe and you tell yourself something constantly, like if you say to yourself, "I'm gonna to get knocked down by a car today," right? We'll take that for prime example, and you convince in your head you're too scared to cross the road because you're going to think, "I'm going to be hit by a car."
Yeah.
mm.
That some people take,
Manifestation.
Absolutely
it is.
manifestation.
It's definitely. Um, right, you've got another question. Kay wants another question at you, Josh. Do you have Savak roots?
Slavic.
Slavic
I
roots.
do on my father's side.
Ah,
What makes you ask that? But they had a tradition too about leaving a piece of food out from every dinner, so you didn't upset the
Yeah.
what's the
Yeah.
word? But it's basically like house gnomes.
yeah,
And if you piss them off,
yeah,
like it'd be better just to move.
Yeah.
yeah. Do you know what? I like learning about different cultures because different cultures have
Mm,
different beliefs and different superstitions. When you
Mm.
think all about across the world, it's not just in the UK, it's not just in the US. You've got
mm.
Asian countries, you have Africa, you have all the different ones, and it's so fascinating um to listen to the different cultures and their beliefs and everything else. Noreen says, when I was a child, we used to fight for the wishbone. The four-leaf clover.
Yeah.
Yep. Beginner's luck and the lucky horseshoe. And Josh says, Kate says, that's awesome, Josh. But yeah, there is so much superstitions. Beginner's luck. I do believe in that one because a bingo one that I had years ago. Never played bingo in my life. And I won quite a bit of money, and I was like, oh, but I don't think other people appreciated it, to be honest. I think the other people round about me were pissed off. It's amazing how many people actually take bingo so seriously
Oh,
and
yeah.
they get so pissed off. It's
Do you
like,
know what? That's quite tribal.
oh,
You go to bingo. I don't actually like the feel of the place. So it's very, very, very rare I go. But if you do have a win, it's like you're not allowed to have that money because they've been going there longer than you and paying more money in. So it's their money. And they do give you grief over it. They do.
yeah, I totally agree because their face, they hate it.
Bluetooth disconnection.
Oh, the connection's gone.
She's gone again. I found the thing about the cigarette, Josh. I found the thing. So, and this is according to a website called Austin Chronicle, and it says the practice of turning one
Sorry,
cigarette
guys, I don't know
upside.
what's going on with my internet.
That's fine. The practice of turning one cigarette upside down in a packet of cigarettes started in World War II. To a US soldier, if you made it to the last cigarette in your pack, it meant you lived another day.
Oh,
It was
Josh,
the
Josh
last.
is away.
Oh no, he's gone. That's why people were doing it. So when you get to the last cigarette, it means you've survived a day.
Ah, Noreen says making a wish on the shooting star. It made her laugh about the bingo. I won £106,000
Wow.
on the bingo. I could put wowee. I could feel the daggers in my back. It's horrendous at the bingo, especially if you get a win. Guys, I found a good one while I was thinking, and it's the sleeping child superstition. And the sleeping child, according to Moroccan and the wider, I can't pronounce that, folk belief, is a fetus which has been dominant by a black or white magic and may eventually wake up and be born after the normal pregnancy term. This belief, supported by the concept that gods will control everything and that no event should be considered truly impossible, is used by local communities to deal with occasional cases of pregnancy in women with absent husbands. A frequent situation,
Sorry about
Josh is
that.
back, guys. A
Yay.
frequent situation in the modern era due to the large number of males working as immigrant labour in Europe. This folk belief is used to dismiss a accusation of adultery and the consequences that such accusation would bring. This belief was acknowledged by tradition Islam legislations in Morocco and is still given as an explanation by some divorced or separated women expecting their ex-husbands to acknowledge the paternity of a child born up to 12 months after the separation. Article 154 of the current Rwanda and Morocco laws stipulates that a child born up to 1 year after the separation is considered as fathered by the ex-husband.
Oh.
So I didn't even know that one. Cheryl says, I have Scotland in my heritage. My mother was a McDaniel. I wished I didn't have a Scottish heritage, but never mind. Nori says, rabbit's foot and babies born with a veil is supposed to be lucky. Oh,
Yes,
I hope
it is.
Josh is okay. I think
I know about the veils because my daughter was born with a veil over her face, right the way over, and it's just like it's just like a white skin really, and they just peel it. So hundreds of years ago, well, about 1700s onwards, it could have been earlier. Anybody who gave birth to a baby that had the veil the
You're right.
sailors would get that veil, wrap it up, and take it to sea with them, because as long as they had that veil, they would never drown. Now, my daughter's great uncle, he was born with this veil, and when he was 3 years old, he was playing down on our river, and we've got what we call the eddy that comes in on the spring tide. So it's like the white horses, massive ones. And he was playing down on our river. He's only 3 years old. He got pulled in, dragged down a couple of miles, and he got out the other side, never drowned.
Wow.
3 years old. And whether that's got anything to do with the fact that he was lucky that he was born with that. My daughter, want to see her swimming? She just like floats over the top. Don't know where she gets that from. Seriously, doesn't not me. But they all had these veils, yeah. So it's good luck. The sailors used to take them.
Yeah. The other one is the white light myth or white light. Okay, so you're right, my lovely.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. My headphones went out, and then I just couldn't hear anybody.
Oh, my love. The white lighter myth or the white lighter curse is an urban legend based on the 27 Club, in which it's claimed several we're going into where the artist died while in possession of a white disposable cigarette lighter. So the myth is primarily based on the deaths of Jimi Hendrix, Joplin, Morrison, Cobain. And see if I knew that, I would have used that for when I did Kurt Cobain. The myth has been I did. Do you know, a while ago, I think it was last year, in fact, I might actually redo it, because what I'm thinking anyway is remastering old shows. What I think about is covering the 27 Club, with the amount of deaths of artists that died at 27. I found doing Kurt Cobain was quite really interesting one.
The Kurt Cobain one goes into a lot of different rabbit holes. You have Courtney Love, you have Courtney Love's father being part of the CIA. We know that he was involved in the heroin wings in the 90s, which, why was this, towards that being released in the grunge? It even goes into ufology. Courtney Love's ex, after the lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins, swears up and down that she's a reptilian and she shapeshifted in front of him.
Wow.
I think what I found most interesting about when I covered Cobain was the fact that he had so much heroin in his system, there is no way in God's earth he could have shot himself.
Couldn't.
Well, here's the other thing too. He used a shotgun.
Exactly.
So he would have had to shoot himself with his toes. He would have had to put his while having a deadly dose of heroin in you. You're telling me he had the motor skills to set a shotgun up, cock it, and then fire it with his toes.
Don't think so. No.
And I think what was more fascinating as well, and what I learned recently, and it came up on my reels, because I like to watch the reels, and it was quite ironic, because when I was doing Kurt Cobain, I thought, you bastard, why did that reel no show up when I was doing Kurt Cobain? But what it was they were examining his suicide letter, and they did say that to some extent there was Kurt Cobain writing, but then I think it was the last 3 to 4 lines that it wasn't Kurt Cobain's writing, because shut up, Louise. I'm so sorry, guys. The handwriting didn't match Kurt Cobain's, the last 3 or 4 lines, and they won't let that, bring that out. In fact, I'll tell you where I did see it. It wasn't a real, it was Unsolved Mysteries when I watched it, because I quite like it. I've got into watching it again. I know the cases are for the 90s, but yeah, but the court went on their own handwriting analysis instead of like somebody else who, well, there was actually 4 of them that pointed out that that wasn't Kurt Cobain's writing, the last 4 lines. But they're, as far as they're concerned, he did suicide and that's the end of it. And there's no ever going to be anyone that will say any different. I mean, everybody, all the fingers
There's
are pointing
tons
at
and tons of
Courtney.
books actually about Kurt Cobain's suicide. There's tons of people
I've
who
read
won't let
some of
this
them, yeah.
go. I mean, look
Yeah.
look at his bandmates, how big their band got after Nirvana broke up. David Grohl,
Yeah,
especially. I
Dave
mean,
Grohl. Oh, do you know what? Dave Grohl is one handsome specimen. I love Dave Grohl.
do you think he would have ever been that way or even looked at in that light if Kurt was still around here today, though?
That's true.
But I'm so fascinated with the 27 Club. That's going to be one definitely that
That's the other thing too, which when I was looking into it, there's a lot of things too with were these people, was this a coincidence or was this almost a curse? Because there's usually somebody close to that person who's a member of the 27 Club who got really popular and made a ton of money.
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, there's that white lighter myth. In 2017, published an article discrediting the theory. But whilst disposable lighters until noting that BLC did not begin producing white disposable lighters until 1973, several years after the deaths of the members of the 27 Club, including Hendrix, Joplin and Morrison, and that disposable lighters produced by some other companies were not widely available at the time. But that would be an interesting one to try and connect a white lighter myth to, obviously, the 27 Club. Itchy nose, kissed, cursed, or vexed.
Yeah.
The itchy nose.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones. But I just want to begin to thank Josh for coming on tonight. I hope you had a good time.
No problem. Sorry about all the technical issues. That usually doesn't happen to me. Wish I would on somebody else's show.
Kate says, does Josh do paranormal investigations in Wisconsin?
I have. I actually was hired by the next state over. That's how I got started in all this. I was with a small company that worked for the Historical Society in Galena, and he covered a lot of really old Civil War battlefields and used the Historical Society's documents and psychics to prove some stuff was going on.
Just out of curiosity, Josh, have you ever had any paranormal experiences?
Yeah, I have. One of my investigations, my most profound one, we were dealing with a small child that died in the 30s, and she clung to me during the investigation. It felt like there was a child crawling all over me, but cold. And that was probably my most profound ghost experience.
Oh, wow. Here's a question for everybody, even the guys in the chat. Do you think when we die, right, say whether we died if we were a child or whether we died when we were in our 30s, do you guys believe in the whole theory of you still age regardless if you're dead or not, you still really age?
Well,
what's your thoughts, guys?
My thoughts on that is it's a personal thing, this, with a relative of mine, and their child died as a baby, and years later his other child was seeing this baby walking towards her often, but this baby was bigger, but it still had the baby nappy on and stuff like that. So whether they do or not, I don't know. But sometimes when you see spirit, that where I've seen, sometimes they're in a younger state. As they're adults, they're in a younger state. So I think it could be both ways. I don't know. Each one's different, isn't it? Every experience is different.
Every median that I've worked with has told me you pretty much look like what you look like during the time of your death. It's your body.
Yep.
You don't come back as a child. If you see somebody whose child is a ghost, it means they died when they were a child.
Yeah. So I don't
It's
know.
definitely an interesting one. What about you, Bill? What's your thoughts?
I know that sort of when they pass over to spirit, a lot of the stuff is stripped away from them. So a lot of the pain, a lot of the suffering, even a lot of the anger and everything else can be stripped away from them. It's a sense of peace and tranquility and all of that. So whether that physical healing so that they haven't got those ailments anymore, whether that makes them appear to be younger. What I will say is when I've encountered, shall we say, when I've encountered people that I know in spirit world, they look how I recognise them. So even if it's people that I've not seen for 10 years, they looked exactly as I'd recognise them. So I don't know whether that's a personal perception, whether it's that conscious, well, they knew me when I looked like this, so they would recognise me as this. I don't know. It is an interesting one, though. It is an interesting one. What about you, Lo? What do you reckon?
I would like to think that, first of all, if people who've been suffering all their days, right, I'll take my wee granny for prime example. I would like to think that my gran is now dementia free. Like, she doesn't have dementia anymore, it's done. I like to think that also her aches and pains are away too, because you know when you get to that age you start to get the aches and the pains. So I like to think that they've disappeared as well. Again, this whole subject, and this is why I love having these discussions, is the fact that it's one of those ones that you'll never ever find out until you're there. I'm a great believer in, I don't believe in heaven and hell. I like to think of it as watching Stargate when they go through parallel universes and things like that.
Yeah.
It probably sounds weird as fuck, but that's the sort of way that I look at it, really. I like to look at it. But then again, you think to yourself, if we passed, what happens if it's just nothing? There's just nothing there at all. I even love it when, I hate the subject, but kind of like it at the same time, is when it's the flat Earth and the globe. Now, I've been watching Creaky and Simon Dan, and they've been talking about the experiment that they're doing. They're basically going out to take one flat Earth. I don't know if it's just one flat Earther and one globe. No, two flat Earthers and two globers out, and showing them, right, let's put this to bed once and for all. I think it's going to be a subject you can't really ever put to bed, because people always still have their point of view, regardless. I mean, you could take them there and show them that the Earth is round. You could take them there. It doesn't matter what you do, they still have their own beliefs. It's the same as the paranormal. When you look at the paranormal, a lot of people believe, a lot of people don't, a lot of people are in the middle. It's great when you see somebody that's always been skeptic actually believe.
That's kind of how I became an investigator. I was really, really heavily involved in the punk rock scene. A lot of my friends were punk and goth, and they were atheists. And then we'd go to a really haunted location, and they'd be like, "Whoa, there's definitely something going on after we die." And I was like, "See, told you." That would be my favorite thing. Would be converting atheists into like being like, "Wow, I need to like reprocess everything." I was like, "Told you."
Yeah, do you know what? I love it, Josh. I can remember on my very first investigation, and we went to this hotel, and the manager and one of the guys that worked there came round, and the guy that came round that worked at the front desk, oh no, I don't believe. So we went into this room and we did an EVP. We said, can you name anyone in the room? Which I think is a good question because I think it gives you that validation that
Yeah.
if spirit can hear you and repeat your name. And I can't even remember this guy's name. I'll just call him Stephen. And the EVP came back, Stephen. Next thing, the guy's face just went chalk white. And I swear to God, I've never seen him look so shocked in his life. And he went, that just said my name. That said my name. No, that couldn't have said my name. And he listened about 3 times and he's like, no, that actually did say my name. And it was great because by the end of the night, when I went down to give him the keys, he says to me, I had been taking the piss all week and said, I don't believe in this. This is rubbish, blah, blah, blah. He says, but I've never, ever been proven right until tonight. He says, and we're proven wrong, sorry. And he says, oh my God, he says, that I want to know, investigate. And I thought, that's always a good day when you turn somebody. It's like, yay. Kate says, sorry, Kate. Kate says, I think it's said that when the soul is free of the body, there's nothing negative about it unless there is emotions. Body elements are elevated. I've got to agree with that one. Charles says, no, I've had 2. No, you don't itch. And Kate is in Chicago. She's in Chicago right now.
On.
Oh, wow.
So you're
Illinois.
close.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap it up tonight because I've got a bit of a migraine and I'm trying to hold as much as what I can. So tomorrow night, guys, you're in for a treat. It's going to be hilarious. I don't know if I'll be on for this one, but guys, we are talking about ghostly antics. So when you get grabbed in the arse, and when people start saying that they've had, well, ghosts sleeping with them and shit. So that will be a good show.
I have got one going with me. Yeah.
That was suggested by Lynn. So Lynn is going to start the show tomorrow night because she suggested it. So it will be a good show. Simply, I nearly said the wrong name there. So for Spookanori, that's what I meant to say. Oops. Spookanori, I don't know what's happening there. On Monday, what is your Dark Mirror Boys talking about?
It's not close to Monday yet, and our lead man's got a birthday, so we will discuss that Sunday. Something alien, something dark near, you know.
We'll just say you're talking about aliens.
Something alien, something ghost.
All right, well, something. What about yourself? When are you back Lost Through the Rabbit Hole?
Well, I'm constantly doing interviews. Like, we do ours differently because it's not really a live show. There's a lot of production that goes into it, and videos, and graphics, and I have a few interviews coming up. Lately, I've had a couple of people reach out to me that are considered controlled individuals or targeted individuals that are involved with the MyLab experiments. So we'll be diving back into that. I will be on The Typical Skeptic on the 12th or the 13th again. My buddy Rob's show from here. He's from Philly. He always does great work. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check out The Typical Skeptic, and sure check out my show, Lost Through the Rabbit Hole. Like, we dive into a bunch of different topics.
If
keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper.
What to do is send me the link to your shows, and what I'll do is I'll put them in the comments below, and people can come and check Josh out. But definitely, guys, have a good weekend, and
too.
I will see you maybe tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But if not, the guys will definitely be there for the ghostly antics. Thanks, Tim. Tim says, great, guys. Cheers. Very welcome. I'll check the shows out. Kate says, but definitely, guys, we'll speak to you soon. Bye, everyone.
Good. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye. Nice meeting
Bye.
everyone.